So we discussed paddings, margins, and all. So we are now eligible to use this universal selector to avoid this extra paddings and margins by default browser state. So we can avoid them. So just we need to give margin as 0, padding 0. That's it. And also if you see, people use it to give this box sizing as a water box. This is used. This prevents or this includes every borders or everything inside the width of this element. For suppose we have this button. So if you are giving border to it, it might go outside this width. But when you are giving this border box, this border size will come inside, like inside border box. Okay, a border inside border. So that's why we use this border box. Okay, box size into the border box. So this is it basically, like we have a basic understanding of what is margin spannings, and like most of the things are, I already said, most of the things are like self-expected, like background color, font sizes, font weight. So these are the basic or beginner level CSS things. So if you see this, if you keep writing on stylings inside this HTML page, it becomes more heavy. So how do you do? Like we need to create another page, another folder for a complete CSS. So and we can link to it HTML directly. For suppose I will create another CSS folder, styles.css. Okay. So now how do we link this? Simple. You just come here and type link CSS. That's it. And here in extra, you need to give the name of the folder file, styles.css. Yes. So if I copy this or remove this and paste there, so entire thing will be same. So like this, we use another file. Now we'll discuss another some more CSS concepts like display flex. Okay, display properties. So let me remove this stuff. So if you see here, I created a container, and inside this container, I created multiple divs. Okay, and in each div, I gave two class names. So is it valid to give two class names in a single container? Yes, of course it is valid. So why I gave this? So I will explain this. If you see, I want to create three boxes. I want to create three boxes which having same properties. Nearly this box and this box and this box. These three divs have same properties except that there is a change in color. So I created another one, box 2, box 3 to identify which one color I'm using. Okay. So now I'll remove this all, and I use a universal filter to remove margins and paddings of this website. Default paddings and default and box sizing, bottom box. Okay. So this is a basic thing that we include always. And now I put container, right? Container. I'll give width as 100 VW and height as 100 VH. So what is 100 VW and 100 VH? 100 VW means 100 V port width. Okay, for suppose this from here to here, this end. So completely known as 100 VW. Okay, and what is 100 VH? Viewport height. So it means viewport width and viewport height. Viewport means which is visible to the user. So from here to the here. This is called viewport height. Okay. So and background color I will do. Okay. You can see that there is a change in color, right? So from here to here, this is my VW, and from here to here, this is VH. Okay, that's it. And inside container I have boxes. Each box every box will have same properties except there is a change in color. I give 250 pixel width and height as 250 pixel. So whether these are created or not, I don't, like, how do I know whether these are created or not? You should give color to them. Otherwise you don't. Background color. Okay. Okay. See, three divs are there. And for them, for box one, I'll give red. Actually, I gave a red too. So I'll use box two. Okay, I'll keep box one. Change color. Take off understanding. Background color red. And I'll repeat this. Control C. For the box two, I will use green. For the box three, using blue. So RGB. RGB. Okay. If I remove this it works because we have given this, right? So this is the thing. I created three boxes, and inside this, I created a container, and inside this I gave three boxes. For each box, we have same properties. So width and height are the same properties. If you change here, for suppose border radius 20 pixels, everything will have a border radius 20 pixels. What if I wanted to give only for box? Just simply remove this and keep to box one. Okay, only box will be like that. So what if I wanted to give border radius padding, a border radius 20 pixel for everyone, but for the first one I need only 10 pixel. Yes, I can do that. See. Or you can say none. Because it, oh, sorry, not none, is not the property. Use 0 pixel. Okay, see, it has sharp edges, remaining things have curved edges. Okay, this is how you can use this. So now we'll discuss what is display properties. For suppose if I want to hide this red box, so how can I do that? So you just come here and type display none, then it's gone, and our remaining blocks are pushed upside. Previously green one is here, right? So it is pushed upside. That is called display none. And another property is there, very useful properties, that is display flex. Okay. If you remove this also it appears. Okay. This is the basic thing, right? What we have done. So if you keep display flex, you can see there is no change because you are giving display flex to the box. Okay, but you need to give to the parent. So whoever the parent of the box is, you have to give. So suppose if I give here display flex, then you can see this. They are changed to row wise. Okay, why? Because flex direction is, this is the display flex. For suppose if you see this parent for your parent, you will give display flex, and then child will behavior based on the parent. Okay, if you give parent display flex and flex direction to column, then they change into column. Column is what, like this, right? So this is direction row and this is the column. So if I want to change it to column, then flex direction column. Okay? Like this, and same as previous one. And what if I wanted to keep it in row? By default it is row. You want it to specifically mention, by default is it is row. Okay, and I wanted to separate, I wanted to give a distance between them. The distance is such that the space between the red, green, and blue are same. So how do I do that? Justify content is space between. Okay, so it gives us equal space. Now what if I wanted to give space like to red also, red also, like from left and for blue from right. Okay, then I use space arrow. So it gives spaces from this side and this side also, and this is equally distributed. And another one is called space evenly. You can see now this and this and this all are evenly distributed. Okay, spaces. And another one is called align items. Align items center. So what it does? So basically, if you do everything, the basic align items will be start itself. Okay, so basically this justify content and the align items are behaves based on the flex direction. So by default flex direction is row right. Okay, so for the row it will be main axis. In main axis justify content behaves. Okay, and for the cross axis align items behaves. Okay, what is the cross axis? If it, this is the main axis in which the flex direction is presented. For suppose row is the main axis, and another one is cross axis. So align items behaves on the cross axis. If you keep flex end, so it will come to here, because in cross axis the end will be here. In cross axis the start will be here, the center will be here, and end will be here. Okay, by default one is flex start, which was which we already saw. Okay, so what if I wanted to keep them to the left itself? By default it is left. So and I need to keep it center. How do I do that? Center, you can see the changes, right? So we are moving from here to here because the cross axis is this one column. Okay, this is the cross axis and this is the main axis. So main axis represented by the flex direction, and cross axis is opposite to it. For suppose oh, I think you understood. Okay, so what if I change it to column? Okay, and if I remove this, and I will explain again. So if we keep flex direction column, this is the behavior. Now I'll add flex direction justify content center. So how it behaves. Now this becomes the main axis because the column is the main axis, right? So justify content behaves on the main axis. If it is center, so in this, what is the center? This one. This is the start, this is center, and this is the end. Okay. If we keep flex start, we will start from this side. If you keep flex end, and then like it goes here, right? So as simple as that. What if I wanted to move this to the center? Now what, in which direction I need to move? This direction. But our flex direction is column. Okay, column is, this is the main axis, and this would be the cross axis. So in cross axis, which property we use? Align items. Align items center. I need to keep it center. Now what if I wanted to push it the back? So what I will use? Align items flex n. Okay? This is the flex n. Now what if I wanted to keep it this at the start? So what I will do? I need to move vertically, right? So vertically, which property will become? I mean, this is the main axis, right? Because the column is uh, flex direction is a column, right? So this will be the main axis, and this will be the cross axis. So in main axis, which property we use? Justify content, right? So flex start will be the thing. It is flex start, and this is the starting point. And in cross axis, which one? Align items. So flex in. This is the flex in. Okay. What if I wanted to keep it this center? I just need to change this because I'm just moving in row wise, right? I mean cross axis, right? So I just need to keep it at center. Okay. So this is the thing with this is the use case of flex. Okay. So flex is usually used more a lot in making websites. So knowing this and understanding the concepts in flex is very very important. Okay. So what if you give this to a box? Suppose we are giving this for a common property, there will be no change because this has no child inside it. So what do I mean? Because you are giving flex to this box, but there is no child to it. This will be, the flex properties will be only applicable for parents itself. So for this container, there are three childs: box one, box two, box three. But for this box, there is no child. What if I add this another box div class name? I'll keep a child, child, and also child. Okay. Now I come here dot child, and width I will give 20 pixel, height I will give 20 pixel, and color black I will give. Okay. Sorry, not color, background color. Sorry, background color black. So if you see this, the properties of this parent, who is the parent now? Box, right? So box are applicable for this. Okay? If you change here, for suppose display flex, hmm, and also you need to careful that with like without mentioning this display flex, it won't work. This is things won't work. Okay, we need to mention display flex if you are using flex properties like justify content alignment. Okay, flex directions. So by default, flex property will be flex direction, right? Flex direction. So justify content center. This will make it so because the main axis is this one because the road just default flex direction is row. So this will be the main axis and this will be the cross axis. What if I wanted to place this here at the center? Now simply I need to move vertically, right, in cross axis. For cross axis, what should I use? Align item center. Okay, center. Now what if I wanted to make it to here? Okay. Now what I'll use? I just need to move in vertically, right? I mean cross axis direction. So flex 10 bits. That's it. Okay. This is the thing. Like with display and flex. Okay. If you use here display none, then it disappears. As simple as that. And another one is there to hide it. Another one is called opacity 0. Okay. This is the filters. If you are coming from any Photoshop background or any editing softwares, you might be knowing these properties. Most of the properties are will be familiar for the graphic designers or people who are doing this design stuff. Okay. So, but what is the drawback of it? For suppose if I give uh, previously we saw this, right, display none to it, and the remaining boxes are pushed upside. But if you are keeping flex, I mean sorry, opacity has none, opacity has 0, then these things remains in that position itself, and this one will become 0. Opacity will be 0. Even you can see from here. Okay, the box is still there, but the opacity is 0. Now, what if like if you are giving display none directly, then you can see that box is disappeared from this. Okay, you can see only two boxes. That is the use case of display none and opacity 0. Okay, so we discussed the display flex properties, and because this is very important property as I told earlier, because it is used in most of the websites. Like it is used mostly in every website that we build. Okay, understanding these concepts is really matters. Okay, so after this you can start building some projects like beginner level projects because I don't want you to spend 2 to 3 days on learning these concepts, because these concepts you can do on your own. What I mean, for suppose if I don't know how to use this display, so what I will do, you just go there and search for how to use display flex and CSS, and you will get a hell lot of resources from MDN web docs and W3 schools. From there you can learn on your own itself. So, and also there are some paid guide too. Okay, and if you stuck anywhere, then just search on Stack Overflow how to use Flexbox HTML. So these type of things you will learn by doing itself, like for CSS or anything. So that's the thing. And before leaving, so we'll discuss over. It is simply simple. So what if I wanted to change the color green to yellow while I'm hovering it? Like the cursor is coming on this, I need to change this color. So how do I do that? For which box I need to change? For box to right. So on what we need to change? On hover. So CSS has a property called hover, box to hover. Okay. So what should I do now? Background color changes to what? Yellow. So see, change it to yellow. But it's so rapid. If you see, you're going it's so rapid, right? So what if I wanted to make it some smoother? So what should I do? I use transitions. CSS has a property called transition, and which property you need to change? Which property you are changing background color, or you can keep all. So whatever the properties you gave here, everything will have the same effect. And how much time you need to use it? So 0.5 seconds, and this is a transition time and a transition type. For suppose is in, is out. Okay. So if I hover on it now, see, there's a like slight slow in. Okay. So it has linear also. Okay. You just start making it. Why can I use another properties in this? Yes, you can use. If I want to use border radius as 0 on hovering, I can do that. See, sorry, border radius as 0. You can see on hovering, the borders are becoming 0 pixel and the color is changing. Can I use another one? Yes, you can use absolutely. There is no limit of usage. Okay? Cursor. Another one is cursor. For suppose in any website, say, even here, if you are hovering on this, there is change in cursor type, right? Because it is arrow previously, and if you are going here, it's showing anchor. So this is a pointer one. We call it, and is nothing but pointer. So pointer views. So what happens now? If we hover on it, uh, focus on the cursor. If we are hover on it, it will changes to hand. Okay, yeah, that's it. So there are multiple properties. For suppose grab is there. If we hover on it, it will show like real hand instead of pointer, and none is also there. Cursor. It is cursor is invisible now on hovering on it. Okay. So this is the thing about cursors and hover effects.